Got a good one on Thursday night. The Seattle Seahawks going on the road to face their NFC West division rival San Francisco 49ers. BETDAQ currently has San Francisco installed as a 7.5-point favorite in this game. 37.5, a very low total, but that total is low for a reason. These two teams win the same way, dominating, suffocating defenses, conservative, run-based offenses. That might not sound too exciting to watch, but I'm not sure excitement is what these coaches are after. They are after winning, and this season both coaches have been accomplishing that. Both these teams sitting at 4-2 right now, tied for first in the NFC West. Now, even though they have the same record, very different results last week. Seattle, a thrilling come-from-behind home victory over the New England Patriots. Seattle's rookie quarterback, Russell Wilson, outplaying the great Tom Brady down the stretch, sent that crowd in CenturyLink Field into a frenzy. San Francisco, meanwhile, lost 26-3 at home to the New York Giants. That was the rematch, of course, of last year's NFC Championship game. A lot of hype and build-up around that game. Niners were around a touchdown favorite most places by the time it kicked off, and they were just dominated. And it was really surprising to see because this San Francisco team has looked so good throughout the year. I mean, aside from stumbling on the road in Minnesota a few weeks ago, their other games, they really pushed around their opposition. The two games prior to last week's debacle against the Giants, 45-3 over the Buffalo Bills, 34-0 on the road against the New York Jets. So not many people really saw that performance coming last week out of the San Francisco 49ers. And I think that's a big reason this line is as big as it is this week. Because certainly, when you see this matchup here, Seattle has a great defense, second in the league in points allowed, fourth in total defense. Niners, by the way, third in the league in points allowed, and first in total defense. But giving Seattle right now more than a touchdown. Seahawks have won 4 out of the last 5 games. Mentioned that defense really been great this year. That defense should be able to have success in limiting San Francisco's offense. So that seems like a lot of points. But I think a big reason for that big number is the fact that people have seen San Francisco just look so good at times this year and just destroy their opposition. I mentioned, 77 or 45-3. Yeah, as you can see, I'm not that good at doing math on the fly. 79-3 in the 2 games prior to their last game was their combined score. And so I think a lot of people think you're going to see an extra angry, motivated San Francisco team come out here and really put one on Seattle. And then there's the fact that Seattle is just not the same team on the road that they are at home. Seattle's an excellent home team, but they've played 3 road games this year. They've lost 2 of them to division opponents, Arizona and St. Louis. Their other game a couple of weeks ago, they won 16-12 over Carolina. I mean, any road win in the NFL is a good road win, but that was an ugly game, and Carolina certainly hasn't been very good this year. So Seattle, you contrast that to their results at home. They've beaten 3 good teams in Dallas, Green Bay, and New England. So people don't have the same faith in Seattle on the road. People think you might see an extra angry, motivated San Francisco 49ers team this week, and I generally follow right along with that logic. I do lean towards San Francisco in this game. I think they're going to win, and I think they'll probably cover, even though the points do make me a little nervous here. I worry that I'm not giving Seattle enough respect, and maybe I'm not. I said before this last week's game, I think it's time we go ahead and accept Seattle as a legitimately good team, those of us who have been sort of slow to come around on them. And the reason, as I said with the Seahawks, the reason many of us have been slow to come around on them is because they're an obviously flawed team. They struggle to pass the ball. 31st in the league in passing offense still, even after this last game. And this last game, they most certainly did not struggle to pass the ball. Russell Wilson with the best game of his young career. And if that's the Russell Wilson we're going to see for the rest of the year, then everybody's going to have trouble beating the Seattle Seahawks. And maybe everybody will have trouble, because if Russell Wilson could do to the San Francisco 49ers defense this week what he did to the New England Patriots defense last week, then I'll be singing a different tune in a few days, and I'll be saying that Seattle might be the best team in the NFL. I'm just not ready at this point to say that he's going to do that. I don't think the Seattle offense is going to be able to move the ball much at all. Now, as I said earlier, I don't think San Francisco offense is going to have much success in this game either. That's why we see such a low total here, 37.5. And I would lean towards the under. It's just so tough to bet under a total like that. I mean, if you have anything happen, some turnovers, a special teams or defensive touchdown, it can really put something like that in jeopardy. So going to stay away from the total and might stay away from this game altogether. But you never know. I could be talked into a 49ers play here.